We are live. All right, Watercolor Wednesday. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Gabriel Stockton. We've been doing these since 2020 during the pandemic when I'd go outside and paint live. And some of you are popping on now. And welcome if you're catching this on the replay. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit subscribe and smash that like button. Sharing is caring. You'll get more updates and know when I go live outside of Watercolor Wednesday. Well, we are gonna be doing some watercolor stuff today, but I'm waiting for a few people to hop on here. A few more people to hop on here. There's already 4 of you. Throw in the chat. Hello, who's here? And if you're watching the replay, say hello. And right away we got Tim. Hey Tim, how's it going? And today was nice and sunny. There was a cool breeze. It probably would have definitely been like a kite flying day for sure. This painting, yes, this is one of my paintings. Thanks for asking. So on here, there's lots of content on my channel. Thank you for stopping by. And hey, we got this is a new name, kind of seems. MC. Hello, hello. Where are you from? And have you been here before? Maybe I'm just having amnesia. And then we got Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. From sunny Guadalupe. Or wait, Guadalajara? All right, cool. And welcome. Well, as I was saying, I'm going to be using this today, the Creator Travel Kit by Escoda. It's coming out to an art store near you. They have been heavily promoting it, and some of us, some of the brand ambassadors, I'm not an ambassador yet for them, but I do get my brushes from them because I have a friend that works for the company who is a grandson, Joseph Escoda, which is a full circle back to what I was going to say. Was there's so much content here on the channel. Even if you haven't been over to the podcast, like if you like to go for walks, or you're bored, you can't find anything on Netflix, then go over to my podcast. There's a bunch of interviews there. And here we have Sally from Brickshire, Massachusetts. And it's windy here today. Hey, do you have like round barns up there in Massachusetts? I'm curious. And I know you probably have some lighthouses. And then we got Montreal, right on, Canada. Very good. My second time watching. Oh, well, welcome back. Love having repeat. We kind of create a little community here. And thanks to Steve Miller for interviewing me from Watercolor. Um, the World of Watercolor. No, not World of Watercolor. What is it called? I know it. I know it. Shoot. Anyways, I digress. We are gonna dive into this wonderful thing here, and this is a super cool invention. We're gonna be doing some sketching. Mind of watercolor. Yes, yes, yes. And MC got it. And then Tim, of course, right on. And Tim from Little Rock. Little Rock, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old mountaintop. Oh wait, Little Rock, Tennessee, right? Right on, right on. Well, let's hop into it. I'm also going to be using today um, this paper. We'll go look at it on the other camera. I'm going to switch cameras, so be patient just for a few seconds. Tell your ADD to just chill out and maybe grab something to drink. Put it in the chat what you're drinking. I'm just drinking good old water right now. If you're drinking coffee or any other beverages, let us know in the chat while I'm switching the cameras. You should still hear my voice. And, you know, some really rad things are happening with watercolor. As of now, if you haven't noticed, a lot of cool things are happening around watercolor. New inventions of things, new products. It's pretty cool to be a part of watercolor. In this day and age. So who would ever thought, right? Bump, bump, bump. There you go. Now you just found out I'm not a Mac user. Okay. Don't hate. Don't hate. So the fancy board I'm gonna use today just came out of the back of an IKEA frame. That's right. You don't want to really have this in your picture with your art because it is got chemicals. But this side is a good side to paint on. So I will be using that bad boy. Bum, bum, bum. And here we go. So let's look at the paper I'll be using. If you are not used to tonal paper or you've never heard of it, voila. This one is by Mueller. It's a German company. Yeah, I can always know about the chicken. And so this one is not 100% cotton, though, okay? I didn't know that going in, so, but this was given to me. Thank you, Cheap Joe's, for supplying Watercolor Wednesday with this paper. So it's kind of like a khaki color. You see that? And it's kind of like a tannish khaki color thing. And what do we got? All right, Tim's got boba tea in the house. All right, that's awesome. And Eric, hi Gabriel. I'm so glad I have caught the show. And Eric Kane, where are you watching from? Put it in the chat. Boom, boom, boom. And if you haven't, go ahead and smash that like button. Here's another tonal paper, but I've used this one here on the channel. And so it is not 100% cotton, but it is 95 pounds. So it's a little bit lighter. And it is acid free. And dun, 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 so Mueller. But I bought it from Cheap Joe's. So if you're looking to buy this, just go to cheapjoes.com. And I want to say it was 100% cotton. But where does it say it? If it doesn't say it, then it isn't 100% cotton. I know for a fact it's 95 pounds. So it's lighter than your 140. So if anybody else knows, let us know. But I don't see it written anywhere 100% cotton. Usually when you don't see it on the packaging, they're not 100% cotton. Okay? And Eric, Gabriel, I'm in Greenville, South Carolina. Foothills of the Appalachian. Cool. Are you going to the Eric Rhodes's plein air convention? Boom, boom, boom. I'm already tied down to a project here, so I'm not going. But if you get a chance. It's in your Smokies, Appalachian area. All right, check it out. So Escoda came out with this super cool. I have showed it here, but some of you are new, so maybe you haven't seen this yet. I got this maybe about the beginning of the year. So this is the mop brush. Okay. So this comes off. Super rad, right? And then this one goes on. So basically, this is a Perla. And I want to say it's like a number 6. So you've seen me use Perlas here before on this channel. And I'm trying to grab one. I know I have one. Here we go. Here's the typical Perla I use. So this is like a number 12. Okay. Here we go. This is a number 10. So if you have a number 10 Perla, that's what you can compare it to. So these haven't made it to the States yet, but they should be coming soon. All right, on the other end, we're gonna get the lead for the pencil. So there's a couple of choices. So this just slides up and holds that. Nice thing is it doesn't push back. Okay, you could sharpen this. When I use this one, it's pretty loose. And my friend Alvaro Castanet has one of these, and a couple other master brush holders for Escoda. Oh, what do we got here? I know nothing about this convention. Okay, no worries. Sally, yes, we have both round barns, circular. Oh, that's wonderful. Whoa, I'm gonna have to hit you up sometime. I can send you some photos. That'd be great. I'd love to do it. We could do something like that. And we have to travel a few hours to the coast for lighthouses. Oh, snap. Yeah, don't stress the lighthouses. And but yeah. So this is the pencil lead, which is just your typical graphite. And this one is like a water soluble black. Okay. And this is a water soluble white. I already broke it. Sorry. I was playing with getting it wet and drawing on top of it. So anyways, so if you're new to this channel, I talk a little bit about drawing. And my drawing kind of works along with people always ask the question, how long do you draw for? Or how much drawing do you do in a watercolor? And I will draw on my watercolor painting until I have a good idea of like what I'm going to paint. Okay. So for instance, we kind of did some people not too long ago. So if I have like a head, and then I have like this body here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. And then maybe this guy's going for a jog. And another leg's back here, right? And then if this leg's coming forward, then this arm's coming here. This arm is going back. This shoulder's up a little higher. I'm just doing some nice little loose work here. Okay. So bicep, arm, hand, arm, shoulder, like so. Okay. foot. Oh, where is Coach Lance? He would love this right now. So we got this dude, and maybe let's put like a hat on him. So now we know which direction he's kind of going, right? And maybe let's actually put a shirt on him. Okay. And there's a shirt, and he's not super fit. He's got a little pop belly to him. And then let's get some pants on this dude. Maybe shorts. How about that? Some shorts. There's a thigh. Here's a calf. Like this. And then we got our other leg. You don't get to see much of that leg, but it's moving. He's moving, all right? So, not worried about the face because this is all in the shadows here. Okay, there's a nose, there's a mouth, some shadowing. There's a shadow here, and there you got the big belly, and we got he's wearing spandex. Oh my gosh, this guy's wearing spandex. What a nut. And here we go. Boom, boom, boom. And we've got this movement. All right. And let's see. Maybe he's like running with his son. So we got a son here, and maybe he's trying to be fit with the son. So we got some little repetitive action going on, but the son's gonna be shorter. But to make this look like a youth, the head's got to kind of be bigger. Okay, and let's have him looking at the dad. He probably should be looking forward. And all right, now we got a shirt. So what am I doing here? I'm loosely like building up this body, and then there's a leg, right? There's another leg that's bent. Okay, I first kind of building this up like organically. Okay, like no difference than maybe if I come over here and I got a pear, right? And this pear, or maybe this is a gourd. This looks more like a gourd, right? And so this looks more like a gourd, all right? Because I got this. This is called contour drawing. I am creating this without lifting up my pencil. This seems quite lovely, but what I can also do now is maybe go from thin to thick right in here. Okay. And then from thin to thick here. Do you see how that kind of adds some weight? And I can use this where I'm going from here to this like that. Okay. So when I'm doing like sketching for watercolor, it's not like I don't do this. I don't go, all right, I'm drawing a gourd, and this is the bottom. All right, I'm not I'm not doing this thing like, that just looks like a horrible kind of like turkey leg, a cooked like chicken leg, right? The reason why this is working is because this kind of feels like volume. Okay, this is called an outline. All right, and nice, Mr. Brown's here, a duck. Nice. So funny. And so, this contour drawing works for watercolor when you're just trying to get some like ideas, on paper. And then what I'll do, dun, 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 what I will do is find an eraser that's in one of the 12 pockets I have today. All right. So I will get my eraser, okay, my kneaded eraser, and I'll knead it until it looks clean-ish. So I can erase by holding this like this, okay? But if I lighten, I just roll and I'm slowly picking up some of the graphite, okay? For instance, okay? Remember when we used to say, "Hey, can Billy come over and play doh? Can we come up? Can Jimmy come over out to play and we're gonna go to my house and do some Play-Doh?" So do some Play-Doh, roll out your drawing. Now, this is just fine to do watercolor on. And, so the cool thing about the Escoda new brush that's on its way out is I can now switch to the mop brush. Okay. And I'm going to grab my palette though, because I know some of you asked questions about my palette recently. And so if those come back to your brain again, please ask. I just saw one of my students bought one of these palettes. This is not a Holbein palette. It's a knockoff Holbein palette. That's just the ones you can only get now. Unless you're cool like Mr. Tom Brown, who has all the right friends. But anyway, I digress. So this is just like a regular brush. I'm going to dip it into water. And luckily I got some sepia over here. Just recently put some sepia on here. And let's look at this pear. I can now build some mid-tones. All right. So the nice thing about this tonal paper here is that it's got already some mid-tones. Now I just need to get in here and build up the rest. And I'm gonna play around with a different color today with that. So these are both Daniel Smith. This is some good old indigo blue with some good old sepia if you're painting along. So we got this gourd here. I don't know how it's balancing like that. It's just magic of watercolor, I guess. And that shadow doesn't have to be so gosh darn big, all right? I'm going to put some of this lovely dark in there because my light source is here-ish. Okay, that's the sun. Bum, bum, bum. And so then I come in here and I can build this up and I can start playing with some texture. You could even spit on your painting, which is a good time. And I'm not the original spitting artist watercolors out there, that's for sure. It's been around for a while. So it looks like a duck now for sure. A duck shadow. Now you know how to do a duck shadow. Bringing back that. So the cool thing was, I can now take this off. And we can put this guy on. And I'm going to dip this in the water. Literally dipped it into the water. My light's coming there. there's going to be some white hitting off of here. Okay, and just a little bit there. Maybe there's a glow on this side here. And I hope this is showing up on this camera. There's a little bit of glow coming around there. Dun, dun, dun. Do I have too much light on the video today? Dun, dun, dun. And maybe there's a little fun glow here. Maybe some directional lines. And so I'm going to go from this brush over to my perla, because now I want some thicker paint. So I'm digging this little setup. It's pretty cool. I can now swap this one out. I'm going to grab the black. And we're going to get some darks in here. So I can either draw this in with this water soluble. Maybe you like mixed media, or you just like having all kinds of tools, you know. I think the reason why I've been so blessed to be Daniel Smith brand ambassador is because I like to experiment. All right, let's get some darks in there. There's a little dark in here. So I'm building up the values of this lovely thing. Now, there's this thing called mass. So mass, mass, line, and then I like either dot, or dash, okay? Or another fun squiggly. All right. Oh, I'm out of camera. All right. And, oh, hey, there's Debbie. Hey, Debbie, I haven't forgot about you. Hi, Gabriel, by the grace of God. And, tornado just missed us, so that's why I'm late. Oh, I'm so glad you're safe. Debbie is one of my students online. She lives in West Virginia. I live in San Diego, and I've been teaching her online. You can do that as well. Annie Ross, Artie Ross. Hi, Gabriel. I'm so glad I was able to catch the live show. And yeah, I'm so glad you're safe, Deb. All right. And so I can build up now some of these darks. Okay. Look at that. Again, some really nice darks. But I'm doing some dots and some dashes now. And some texturing. Okay. Let's get in here. Look at this little dot dash business. And what's happening, instead of having this thing, this horrible duck outline guy. There he is. There you guys go. There's your duck. So our duck here is pretty boring because there's nothing getting in to the space. Now this duck's not boring because he's obviously walking, right? Oh boy. I love that we now have a duck in here. That's great. I love how this show is so organic. I'm gonna build the side over here just a little bit more. I literally will do things like this before I tackle a full sheet of watercolor. Okay, like you've got to get in here and do some stuff. Let's look at our friends over here. So obviously they're Padre fans. Sorry. If I lived in your city, then we would be whatever baseball. So let's put this hat on our gentleman here. So he's got his Padres hat, and then his son's got his hat, right? And then we're gonna get a face going here, and a face going there, and I'm gonna let that kind of simmer for a little bit. And then we've got the neck. We've got a longer neck here. And then I don't know what's going on with this guy, but for some reason he picked up a new part-time job as a gondola. So he's got his striped shirt on. Like, really? He had to pick up some extra hours and start moonlighting for a company here in San Diego that decided they're going to start having gondolas. There's his little pot belly. And didn't he have spandex? I think we said he had spandex, right? So, what am I doing here? I'm having fun. If you don't have fun, you're missing the big picture. There's times to be like dead serious, and then there's times to just cut loose. You're quacking us up. Nice. I'm quackers. So this running father-son duo and duck gourd is a warm-up for later work. Is this a normal thing for a good painter to do? Of course, Eric Kane. Like, totally. Like, you've got to, have not just always dead serious time. Like, it's, you could be doing some stuff in the studio, and you could be doing some stuff, out plein air painting. But when I'm in the studio, this is where I get to experiment. This is a teenager, so he's wearing his Metallica shirt. People always ask me at church, they're like, what size shirt your daughter's wearing? Like, I have no idea, but she's a teenager, so teenagers like these baggy shirts. You wear a baggy shirt wearing person at one time. And yeah, so let's get in here. Let's get some arms going. Let's get some arms flaring. And sometimes I gotta leave room for things to change and to move. The main thing watch here, Mr. Kane, is that look at how they're connected. I'm seeing a problem where people are just drawing just a bunch of plain old people just standing in a plein air painting. And look at these guys. These guys are like connected. Okay. So I'm gonna end that like there. Maybe there's some dirt billowing up around these guys running. I'm gonna come back to this because I'm going back up here. I am painting on an angle. Bum, bum, bum. How would you add a background to the figures? Yeah, I can do a background. I'll show you, but I want to do one little thing here first. So this hat is here. This hat is here. And we've got some shadows here under our hat. Boom, boom, boom. There's some ears. There we go. And there's this kid's wearing this hat way too low. He's got that rocker shirt on. I can pull some of this out now. So I'll take the water out of my brush. Boom, boom, boom. Come back here. I'm starting to see some eyes, a mouth. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Background, you say? All right, let's do it. So, I'm gonna go back to just my pencil. Dun, dun, dun. Joan, hello from Vancouver. Hello, hello. All right. So I'm gonna make a low horizon, a low area right about here. Nice little zigzag. A little compositional thing is if you're doing an S in your composition or a Z, they're never even. Okay? It's a small, medium, large. Okay? This S is small and then a big bottom. Okay? And then obviously you're going to taper. So here we go. We've got this coming here. It's kicking out here. There we go. They're in the park. And let's say they parked their car over here. There's a couple of cars parked at the park. And there's one here. Let's make this what's that car you drive, Tom? We'll put Tom's car. It's a little taller. It's not like a 4Runner, is it? No, it's not a 4Runner. It's I don't know if he's gonna tell us. He might have already left. So we got some cars. Maybe there's some trees over here. And let's see, maybe there's another tree here. Again, this is in the distance. So bringing this part forward, this area is going to be a shadow. Oh, wait, my sun's going this way. So the shadows are over here. So there's a shadow over here. And then there's a short piece. And then there's a long piece. So there is a tree. And then maybe another car parked the opposite way in the other direction. All right, so we've kind of got this thing. Who asked? I was looking for who asked for a background. Alrighty, Ross. How would you do a background? How about that? So now, take this out. And I'm going to get our other, since I'm going to do that first wash. Tom said it's not a floor runner. Is it, what is that other, I know it's, oh shoot. I know the name of it. Like, how do you know my car? You've never come to my house. Really nice thing about Tom Brown, if you're not following him, you should. He's one of those upcoming super cool plein air guys. He is kicking butt and taking names, and I'm very honored to own one of his paintings. And it's not about size, Tom. So here we go. We've got a background with our figures. We've got our cars in the background. Okay. These cars have the front and the back. And they're in the background, so you gotta keep it simple. Keep it simple in the background. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, he put it in the chat what it was. Mine is a Volkswagen. Why did I think he had like a Toyota? Oh, it's like a... Oh, shoot. Yeah, I don't even know. I'm just being silly over here. So I'm going to drop in some little watercolor right here for the little headlights. Because the reason why I'm putting those in there is because this is the tonal paper. I can add the white to it. Okay. I can even come back in here and put in these stripes back in the shirt. Okay. A little white on his hat because the light's coming here. A little white on his hat. Some white on the shoulders, on the arm. This is almost starting to look like a nocturne. Or the sun's coming down. This leg. Oh, like that. This arm. This hand. Some movement. We'll get to the legs. The legs are going to be the last. Let's look at that tree. There's some cool colors I have here on my palette I like for trees. Green Apatite, because it's a permatex by Daniel Smith that granulates nicely. We have olive. These are all my plein air colors because I'm not going to be mixing greens all day long. Here we have tiger's eye. But I will show you one green I do like. to mix. If I come over to here to my Hansa yellow light, dun dun dun, and then mix it. Aha, there was already some there. Mix it over here with that indigo. I'm going to change it up by adding just a little bit of tiger's eye. This tiger's eye, Daniel Smith makes that color. They make this tiger's eye too. It's brown, burnt tiger's eye. And let's get this tree going. And I like to do a little dry brush action, so it's always good to have one of these towels in the other hand. Are all 16 of you really enjoying this? Right on. I think by having some different tools like this, it's going to get you to spend some time. Maybe whenever you change your tools, it takes you a minute. Even you change your paint. Like, gouache is so popular now and people are hopping on there, but they're kind of frustrating to you if you might not have ever worked with it. So this tree, so we're going to get in here and drop some of the green down. All right, maybe that's too close. You want to see the duck, right? Look at this duck. Oh my gosh, he's just great. I didn't give him a wing. What's up with that? He needs a wing. Voila. Affleck. All right, so the tree's got some green, and then I might get over here. I'm adding some. This is called goethite. It's a real fancy name instead of brown ochre. Who wants to buy a color named brown ochre? So I'm gonna take that, and now come over here to my tree. Your tree gets thicker as it comes down, friends. Some of you already know that. That's rad. There's some people here, I've never even heard of that. They just only have palm trees around them. God bless your soul. All right. So now let's paint that grass coming forward. There's that yellow right in here. Bam. We got some grass. Now I need some grass over here. Take it on over there. In there. There. Bam. Bam. Look at that. And it helps. Every now and then go bam. That means you're rocking. You're rolling. You're enjoying life. I'm going to add a different blue. Look at this fancy blue. This tube of paint has not come out yet. It would cost $70 a tube. This is the Yanmin blue. You might have heard about it. It's still debatable if Daniel Smith's going to bring it up. But one of our brand ambassadors came up with it, and it was a special tube that was given out to some people. I was fortunate to be standing there and grab one. And I'm just kidding. At a Daniel Smith breakfast, John Cowgley gave us a tube of this blue, which is amazing. There's a grass coming forward. Look at that grass. Isn't that lovely? Boom. Let's put some lavender on those windshields. I think it'll just read a little bit better. Don't make them all the same. Okay. If you want, you can grab some white. Bust in a little white on the other end. Oh, the light's over here. There we go. Nice. There's that other car. What about the other car? You see? Nice. You know what the duck's missing? The duck is missing a samurai sword. He needs a samurai sword here. And a bandana. And the sword's coming out here. Oh! And the samurai duck. I don't even know what just happened. How did the duck come into this? He's like the Kung Fu duck. Did you guys all paint the Kung Fu duck? Oh, I guess he wouldn't be a Kung Fu duck. He would be a... Good times. So, where do you go from this? Where do you go from this? You go to a bigger sheet of paper, okay? And you would build this up. Oh, we do have a question. It really helps not to have wet fingers on the mouse. Holy cow. Oh, it's a touchscreen, Gabriel. Quack, quack. That's not a question. Is that a question? Quack, quack. Is that a question? I don't know. Is that a question? I guess not. That's a question. Question. Do you always mix your own greens and not use green from a tube? Yes, no, and maybe so. So let me grab a regular piece of paper and let's have an intermission. Do. I don't know what I just did. There we go. We take this here. Nice Kilimanjaro 300 paper. And let's look at Gabriel Stockton's greens. First up to bat is Tiger's Eye. I take Tiger's Eye, and that's not how I use Tiger's Eye. Okay, I use Tiger's Eye with maybe some lavender. Okay, and I end up creating this cool color. This crazy color. See that? I take that Tiger's Eye here, and then maybe I add some of this Hansa yellow. Okay. Less Hansa, more. So am I using this green color, yellowish color by itself? I don't. Olive. So here I use olive. So that's the green that I get with the olive. But sometimes I get in here with some turquoise and I make this green. See that? How cool is that? And then I can take this green. This is Sleeping Beauty. It's debatable. It's debatable, folks. It's turquoise green. Well, if you look at the color wheel, it's leaning closer to green than it is blue. So Some people call it blue. So this is Sleeping Beauty, and this is Cobalt Turquoise. And I don't ever use them just like that. So maybe I put some hematite in there. And make that cool thing. And then, so we got this. And then, remember that other cool color that has an awesome name? Goethite. I would mix goethite in here. So say if it's a beach and I need wet sand. Look at that. Okay. So other greens is I can take manganese blue. This is a good one. Manganese blue. Hansa yellow light. And I got this green. Nice and bright green. Okay. So other greens I can get is ultramarine blue. And now not Hansa yellow light, but I will use a warm yellow, queen gold, and this green I get is different. Dun, dun, dun. This is a warm, darker green. See that? So these are some colors that I use in my paintings. Was that helpful? So very rarely I would do some dry brushing with just tiger's eye like this. Okay. Very rarely I will take over that dry brush with now some olive. So did I use them by themselves or did I mix them? What are your thoughts? All right. And Sally says, how big of a sheet next? And what size is the largest you would use? Ooh. Man, we could go. That is such a broad question. So, this paper here is in centimeters. I think this is a 9 by 12. So this little ditty here is probably then 6 by 6. Okay. So from there, maybe go to a quarter sheet or a half sheet. Okay. That would need to be do more work for that piece that we were having fun with to be an actual full sheet. Was that helpful? Eric Kane, I'm really intrigued by your use of white. I'm just a beginner and don't understand the you're going there. All right. It seems like the pigment can be used. You just used it really effectively. So with this tonal paper, I'm going to use white. Okay. If you're entering a painting into a competition and it says it's watercolor and you can't use white, you don't use white. Okay. But as far as keeping your whites, that's just negative painting. Okay, so for instance, I do this little exercise with my beginning students on Tuesday night. We take some paint here and we do a little exercise. So I get a nice big puddle. Okay, you want to have a good sized puddle before you do this, or you're going to run out of paint. So I will have them do some little things like this. Okay, now we will go like this, like this, like that, like this, like this. Now see how these little things are running down like that? It's because I'm painting on an angle. And now this is called a bead, and I'm going to connect all those together. Okay, now I'm going to do just only a couple now, or 4. Then I'm going to go here and here, here. This is called saving your whites, ladies and gentlemen. I saved some whites. Now, the paint is not going to go where the paper is, okay? Not painted. For example, now let's just put in some blue and watch it run down. Okay, give it a little help over here, a little help there. Okay, so then I can add just a little more water to wake this up. A little water over here. Now see, it's already coming down here. Probably not the best color I could have showed you. So that's called saving your whites. Now it gets a little more complicated. Let's do a face, like a red. Okay. Dun dun dun. I'm taking this red here. Okay, or maybe orange. This is pyrrole orange, transparent pyrrole orange, to be matter of fact. Oh wow, we're already at 6 o'clock. Well, let's still do this. So we've got this head, and then this side of the face here. It's in the shadows. There's a nose. Comes like this. There's a mouth. Okay, and then there's the side of the face. This face is coming here. There's another eye over there. Okay, we've got this little section here. All right, this guy's got like a flat top. Check it out. If I take some green now, green, what? Take some green, make a puddle of green right here. Bum, bum, bum. And now I'm going to just drop some green in here. Dropping some green. I'm going to let it just mix all into these areas. This green here. And then I can now take a little bit of dark and turn this on an angle for my hair and bring it this way, bring it that way, coming down, mix, mix, mix. Let's get that goatee. All right, so there we have a face. There's a neck. And then maybe he's wearing a shirt. Eddie's got a runner's number here. And there he goes. He's running. All right. So this is called saving your whites. Now, what we don't get confused on me. We just our second time, maybe whatever. Uh, I don't know. He has a nice little park there, though, right? So this is called Saving Your Whites. We usually start with this little project first. Then we do some stuff like this. We even do some little zigzags. And then we play with dropping in some color like this. And before you know it, you're going to start seeing a cool little design here of some boats and whatnot. And so that's what I do for my painting students. Dun, dun, dun. And yeah, I hope that was helpful. And what else we got here? We got some other questions. Very nice. Paula, thank you. I don't know what you're saying very nice to, but Brad, thank you so much. Any green mixes using new gambos? Ooh, Cheryl. I like that. Cheryl, yes. And I would mix it with a warm blues. Yes, thank you. Awesome. And have you a 11 by 14? I don't know. You can use gouache. Yes. I just saw this live. Does this session happen every Wednesday? Yes, it does. If Laura, if you subscribe to my channel, it costs you nothing as of right now. You can get the alerts. So every Wednesday I go live. Mm-hmm. Paula, the color mixes and names were cool. Thank you so much. I'm gonna come back on camera. Holy cow, it's already 6:09, and I have a hot date with my dishes because it's my turn to wash dishes. I'm gonna come back on camera 2 seconds as I switch to the camera that shows my lovely face. And so I know we got a little sidetracked. I didn't do a full on painting for you today, but I think today was more engaging than most. Oh yeah, I should turn the. Hey, what happened there? Oh wait, come back. Where'd you go? Dun dun dun. Oh my goodness. I I could figure this out. There we go. Ah, yes, there it is. That's the right button. Hey, all right. So, um, thank you so much for your awesome questions today. Look forward to seeing Escoda's wonderful new uh, brushes and sets that's coming out. So, thanks to them over there. It's up that way. Um, it's been a long day. I've been like super giddy today. And if anything, learn to cut loose around watercolor because watercolor, if you get too stuffy around it or negative or it's a living, breathing thing, right? Because it's water element and we're dealing with evaporation, right? And just like you know, if you're putting just negative words out around yourself, you're gonna have a really hard time with this medium. I think if anything, it's kept me to just keep my loose lips tight. Loose lips sink ships. So rad. Laura subscribed. Thank you so much. Boom, boom, boom. And you can subscribe too if you're watching the replay. Cheryl, no, thank you. We're gonna have maybe put in the chat if there is a place that you'd like me to go in San Diego and paint live, like plein air, or down in the chat. Eric, thanks for the creative tips and hints. It's fun watching you play and pick your brain. Hey, pick my brain all you want. You're never getting in. I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. Thanks. See ya next week. Oh, right on, Tim. I hope I didn't miss anybody. My first live. Oh, I think I saw that one. That's rad. Glad to have you here. We will be doing more of these, obviously, each week. But yeah, we talked last week about doing a Zoom. The Zoom will be a paid event, but the cool thing is we'll all get to see each other. I'll actually give a lesson, and it'll be like 3 hours, I'm thinking. And we'll get to see each other and say hi. And what I'm thinking is, I like the idea of a lighthouse. And a few of you like that too. Throughout the week, I saw some lighthouses. That's rad. Uh, Put in the chat or down in the comments if that's something you're excited about. If you would want to do something like that, you gotta go over to my website. And my website, let me put it up here. Bum, 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 is right there. GabrielStocktonFineArt.com. And what you need to do is, it doesn't cost you a thing, but if you go over to my website, you're going to see a little pop-up, and you put in your name and your email. That's it. I don't ask for your blood type. I don't ask for your horoscope. I don't ask for like your age or whatever, your pronoun. All I need is just your email and your name to add you to my newsletter. Okay, so if you want to get on this Zoom thing that I'm thinking about doing this summer, which it looks like everybody wants to do it, is that then you can find out how to sign up. So you want to get on that newsletter, and I'd love to hang out and do a teaching on painting a lighthouse. And but as far as round barns go, come on. If you got pictures of round barns, I want to round barn it up. But I can't do a Zoom on barns because I've already got a thing set up for Cheap Joe's for next year. I'll be doing, I think, a workshop with them, a 3-day workshop. Every year I do 2 workshops for them. And yeah. And Paula says, sounds fun. I'm down for lighthouse idea, Eric Kane. And yes, the Zoom lighthouse. Right on, right on. We'll have an amazing week. Enjoy. Just, give yourself some time to play. There was a season where I would just get up like 30 minutes early and just grab 2 colors and mix them together and see what color would make. All right. Hello, everyone. Tonal Love. We just finished, but I'm so glad you stopped by. And cheers. Have a great week, all. All right, everyone. Have an amazing week. I appreciate you, and I'm grateful that you encouraged my behavior. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.